Hey guys, welcome back to my colourful country life. It is time for my first completed pages video of 2025 and I'm really excited to look back at January. It is normally a bit of a slow month for me, but I feel like I've been pretty productive this month. Summer holidays are nearing an end for us here. I've also been painting my house again, just a little refresh. It has been quite a while since I last did a refresh. Internally, that is, I don't paint the outside. And I love painting, so I am just doing it myself and taking my time. My vegetable garden is going crazy at the moment. I'm picking fresh veggies every day, and that's about all that's been going on around here. Oh, there will be a surprise guest in today's video, which is my 13-year-old daughter. Actually, it's not really a surprise because I just told you. So she is also appearing in my latest haul video. I'm not sure which of these videos will be up first. I am taking a different approach with hauls this year where I'm filming a product or a book as it comes in and then I'm piecing it together into one video over a period of time. So I think this one has been maybe over 3 months. Just check for the nail changes. I change my nails the colour every 4 to 6 weeks. So you can tell how long it's been by the nail changes in the video. Because I don't tend to purchase products or books often, this way there's a build-up of enough stuff to warrant a video, and also because I am filming it over a period of time, I can show you at the end of the video any of the products I've used over that period of time and my thoughts on them as well. So that will be coming very soon if it's not up already. And on that note, I will move the books out of the way so we can take a look at my completed pages for January. And first up, we have a double page spread from Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. And these are the pages I completed here. I was so excited to colour these pages. It reminded me so much of colouring in Lost Ocean, which was my first colouring book that I ever purchased. And I absolutely love Johanna's ocean and underwater themes pages. I have to admit, when I first got this book, I did feel a little disappointed. I felt like I'd seen a lot of the pages before in her other books or similar pages, but the more I look through the book and the more I colour in it, the more I've been falling in love with it. And there are so many more pages in this book that I am excited to colour. Also, I posted on Instagram, and I think on here too, the cover reveal for her upcoming release, Wonderful Wildflowers. That's out this November, and I love colouring Johanna's florals. I'm really hoping that the new book will be really busy, really full pages with big double page spreads, and hopefully little to no wallpaper pages or small victories. I don't mind a couple, but I'd really love some full pages from Johanna where I don't feel like I need to add backgrounds and I can just relax and colour the page, a bit like what I've done here. So the colour scheme I did choose for these pages is very similar to what I have been using in Lost Ocean, and I do love a repeating pattern, so the border was really relaxing to colour. I did film the left side for a colour along, and for this side I used the same colour combos and just coloured it in on my own, but if you follow along with this side of the tutorial, you can also do this one on your own too. I'll pop up any video links I mentioned today down below in the video description as well. I think the colour palette looks so summery. Perfect pages to colour for us in Oz at the moment, as we've had a few scorching hot summer days. Colouring this has made me want to pull out Lost Ocean again. I really had such a fun time getting lost in these two pages, and I used Prismacolor pencils for pretty much everything. There is a little bit of Jelly Roll glaze and stardust, mostly on some of these green areas here. The gold borders and the purple, the blue, the purple, the blue and the gold are all from KJ, designed by Karen Metallic Paints. I must have actually used too much water when I coloured the treasure chest, as the purple did actually bleed through, as you can see there, but it hasn't done this anywhere else that I've used the paint. So I used the paint, did I use it also? No, I think it's just on this page. So I used it on the fish Was that the only place I used purple? Yeah, on the fish. And you can see it hasn't bled through. And it is the same, it's from KJ, designed by Karen, as is the gold and the blue. And you can see that none of that has bled through either. So I think I may have used a bit too much water perhaps when I did this one. I'll have to have a look back at the video though, because I didn't actually notice at the time of colouring. It's okay though. So I do actually have a plan for this page, and I can cover the bleed through when I do the background. So that's going to be okay. For the white highlights on this page, I use my Toolyart white paint pen, and I think this is possibly my favourite page or pages for the month of January, and it has inspired me to do more underwater pages from Johanna. I love her underwater work. So that is Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. While we're on Johanna, let's look at Rooms of Wonder, which is our full book colour along on the channel. And I did do 2 pages from this book this month. The first page was the sewing page here, and gosh, it was fun to colour. Again, it has a repeating pattern. I find those type of pages the most relaxing for me, as I don't have to think so much. Once I've got the colour palette down pat, I can just continue colouring with those colours, and it just makes it really relaxing and fun to colour. Now, every time I have looked at this page in the past, I have had the thought that it looks a little bit boring to colour. But after colouring Magical Worlds, I thought, why not make this page bright and vibrant too? And I also wanted to use colours which I could bring across to the sewing room page and be happy and comfortable that the colours would look cohesive on this page and have enough different tones that I could also make it fun too. And I'm actually looking forward to colouring this page. It is pretty busy though, so I'm going to need a month where I have the time to relax and take my time and really enjoy the process. February, maybe that month, we shall see. But otherwise, this page was so fun, so quick. It is all Prismacolor pencils. I used a little bit of gold sparkle pop just on these little pins here, but otherwise it is all pencil, and I am looking forward to bringing those colours into this page. I think we've got enough of diversity to be able to make this really interesting and fun as well. Now, the second page I coloured was this one here. I have been trying to come up with a different concept for this page so I wouldn't be bored colouring it. It seems to be the theme in this book this month. Originally, I was going to do the 3D bubble effect, but I decided to do postage stamp shapes, try saying that 3 times fast, instead, to match the theme of the page. You can see in my colour along how I achieved this look if you're interested in trying it out for yourself. It was a little out of my comfort zone, mostly because I'm not used to leaving white space, and the whole time I was colouring this page I was thinking, should I do something to the background? What could I do to the background? Obviously I left it. Now, the main reason I did leave it was because if I added a background, it would have detracted from the shadows, which is what gives that 3D effect. I am still a little unsure on this page. I do love the effect. I think maybe it's the placement of the stamps. Maybe that's what's putting me off. Like maybe I should have put a big one in the center, then a smaller one off to the side. But I think mostly my issue is letting go of the feeling that I need to color everything on the page. I need to just let go of control, let go of my pre-perceived notions, and just have fun with the page. I did try to take a step back and ask myself what I would think or say if somebody else had colored this page and not me. And when I do that, I think it looks really good, which just goes to show we are our harshest critics, or at least I am. And I did only use Prismacolor pencils on this page. There is some white Signo and also some super golden markers from Lightwish for some little embellishments on the page too. So that is Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford for this month. And both of them are colour alongs. This one I am having a little bit of trouble with my upload, so it's probably going to be up after this video. So that is a sneak peek of the next colour along. And next we have Rita Berman's Afrika. This is one of my channel's project books for the first half of the year, and this month we coloured this page here, another fun summary page. This is my favourite Rita book, so I always have a lot of fun colouring in it. And for this page I had a plan in my head for an aqua, red and orange colour palette, which I pretty much stuck to, and I think the colours work really well together as well. This is another favourite of mine from this month, both the enjoyment from colouring and also from the end result. I did use Prismacolor pencils for pretty much everything. There is some jelly rolls in glaze and stardust. I've got some sparkle pop. I think this whole gold border here is sparkle pop. I've used glossy accent just on this window. And the sparkle on these little dots here is from the Grisaille Glitz Glitter Pen, I think. I think that's what it's from. It's in the video. It's either the Grisaille Glitz Glitter Pen or it's Stickles, one or the other. And that gold border might catch. So that was our colour along from the project book, Rita Berman's Afrika. And next up, let's look at Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hanna Karlzon, which is the other project book we're doing on the channel for the first half of the year. Now, for this page, I wanted a limited colour palette, and in terms of colour choice, I knew going into it that I didn't want green leaves. I was tossing up between the pink leaf that I've obviously chosen to go with, or more of a burnt orange autumnal leaf. And when I looked at this page as a whole and took the other elements into consideration, I went with pink for a more balanced look rather than the orange, which would have been a contrast as a complementary colour. Both options would work. However, the pink aligned more with my vision for the completed page than the orange would have. I did fall into a small issue when I came to do the light sources and even the birds. I didn't want to introduce another colour, but I felt it really needed something to break it up a little. So I used this soft creamy colour on the light bulbs and also on the windows. Now, I wish I had introduced this to the birds as well, but when I coloured the birds, I was still insistent on not adding any other colours to the pages, which did have me sitting here for a while thinking, how am I going to colour these birds? I was thinking of different browns, different greys, and then I wanted to add some colour into them. Yeah, so this is what we've ended up with, but I wish I had added the cream in earlier, and we could have maybe put some cream on the bellies of the birds too. Overall, I do really like the end result. It's not my favourite of the month, but I still think it's quite pretty, and my vision for this page did actually come to fruition. This is what I had planned in my mind. So what did I use? I used Neocolor 2 for the background and Prismacolor pencils for everything else. There's some Sparkle Pop pen too. I used my Toolie Art acrylic paint pens to cover some of the black lines. So I've covered over the edges of some of the leaves just to soften them a bit. There is some white Toolie Art on the windows. We've got the black glaze, purple Sparkle Pop. I think that's the Sparkle Pop Gold. Oh, and of course the background. We've got, I think I used both the Sheer Shimmer Mist from Imagine Crafts in Sparkle and also the Kaiser Craft Gold. So I'm just going to tip that from side to side and hope you can see all that sparkle. It is actually quite sparkly in person. So that is our first double page spread in our project book, Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hanna Karlzon. Next up, I have RJ Hampson's Mountain King. I was on a real summery vibe this month, which had me drawn to the Poseidon page. I love colouring in beautiful, bright colour palettes, and there is a colour along for this page up on the channel as well. I used a mix of alcohol markers from Ohuhu, Artex, Born, and perhaps Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. Yes, I did. I think I used them for the skin. Yeah. So I used them all for basing, and then there's Prismacolor pencils over the top for shading, Toolie Art white paint pen for some details, The white gold paint here is from Lightwish. The rest of the paintwork on the page is from KJ, designed by Karen. So we've got the gold, we've got the blue, and on this little seahorse here there is a little bit of the purple, which is the color Gerbera, but it is a little bit hard to see that one. And what else did I use? Jolly Roll Glaze in black. I think that is it. Yeah. So one of my goals for this year is to fill my books up more. So show some loves to books that only have one page coloured in them currently. And this book was one of them, because that's the only other page I've coloured, which is also a colour along up on the channel too. So now I have 2 pages completed in this book. And it is one of my favourite RJ books as well. So that is Mountain King by RJ Hampson, and hopefully we'll colour some more through the year too. And on that same note, I have Mouse Guard by David Petersen. And until this month, I had only coloured 1 page in this book, and now I have 2. So the page I chose to colour is this one here. And I based everything with Derwent Inktense, and then I used Prismas over the top for shading. There is a tiny bit of sparkle pop here too, so the gold detail in here and the silver, I think that's a silver sparkle pop. Is it a silver sparkle pop? I think so. On that there. And that was it. I love how vibrant this page is thanks to that Inktense base, and there's pretty much little to no sparkle on this page as well. So that is my second page completed. My first page was this one here. This one was based with the Distress Ink watercolor pencils from Tim Holtz, and then Prismas over the top. And you can see the difference in the vibrancy from the Inktense as a base to the Distress watercolor pencils as a base. Such a difference in how vibrant they are. Now this book is based on the Mouse Guard comic book, so I did look up some of David's work for ideas, but I decided to do my own thing in the end with regards to colour choices, and I am really happy with how it turned out, and I love that beautiful, rich, vibrant colour. I love how quick these pages are to colour as well. Another really fun page. Everything this month has just been super fun to colour. What a way to start the year. So that is Mouse Guard by David Petersen. Unfortunately, this book is out of print, so it is really hard to get your hands on if you don't already have a copy. Just have a look for secondhand bookshop, sometimes on Facebook Marketplace at exorbitant prices, and sometimes your colouring buy swap sell pages might have some too. Now, my month would not be complete if I didn't colour something from Kerby. So next we have Fragile World by Kerby Rosanes. And the page I chose to colour this month is the Kangaroo Island Done Arts from Australia. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the colour along for this page that I am currently going through a phase where I like to make my single pages match when they open as a double page spread, so they look nice and cohesive. So when it came to colour this page, I tried to come up with a colour scheme, specifically a background colour. I couldn't think of anything that would fit just as well as bringing across the colour from the other side of the page. So that's what I did. I think I must have added a few more layers on this side though, because it is a touch more vibrant and rich than this side, if you look really closely. I think these pages look really great side by side, and I am glad I matched up the background. Even though they are 2 single pages, I think they could easily pass as a double page spread now that I've got that background in there. So for the background, I did use Distress inks. Oh, and I have an issue with masking fluid peeling in this book. So it did peel up just a little bit on this page, which you will see in the video if you watch that. And that has happened to me before. In this book. It only ever happens to me in this book, this page. It happened on this page too, so you can't see it with the end result. It was a little bit here, and I think because I had the washi tape down here too when I was using the Distress ink on this page, that might have affected it as well. it was somewhere else too. I can't even see it. I can't remember where it was. But I've never had that issue with any other book. I only ever have it with Fragile World. So I've used the masking fluid many times between that page and when I coloured this last page. Oh, and here, oh look, there you go. I'm gonna have to stick that down. See, there's a bit on that page too that I must have had an issue with. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe I might have to work a different way out for this book instead of using masking fluid when I need to mask up my page. So what was I saying? Background is Distress ink. For the rest of the page, I used Albrecht Dürer's for basing and then polychromos over the top for shading. I do like using my polychromos in this book for some reason. What else? There's some shimmer spray in Sparkle on the background as well. And I have used some white Signo for some detailing work too. When I want really fine white lines, I'll use my white Signo. But if I'm colouring over black lines, I will use a Tulle Art instead. So I'll lift that up and you probably won't see that fine sparkle, but we'll give it a go. It's also on that page too. Yeah, so that is Fragile World by Kerby Rosanes. Now for the next page, I'm actually going to cut across to a segment that I filmed previously with my gorgeous buddy colour for this month, my wonderful daughter Lexi. You may have seen this already in my haul video. If it is up before this video, she does join me for part of my haul video and also to provide her opinions on some of the products we used together as well. So here is my buddy colour with Lex. Hey guys, I am back with my fabulous buddy colour for this month, my daughter Lexi, and together we have coloured a page in Girl Moments by Coco YO, and this here is the page that Lex chose for us to colour. Now, we did spend some time watching tutorials and learning techniques from others. For our pages, we used a mix of alcohol markers as well as the Artex acrylic paint pens, white Signo, also a teeny tiny bit of Jelly Roll and some Sparkle Pop too, but we'll go into those details in a moment. So Lexi, what did you think?
I thought it was quite challenging. And it was a lot harder than I thought, but it was really fun to do, learning new techniques that I can use for other pages in the book. And I really like how you did the glitter effect on your umbrella and the glitter gel pen on your blanket.
What was the what was your favourite part to colour?
Probably the water or the donuts.
What was the hardest part, did you find?
The sand or the picnic blanket.
The picnic blanket. Yeah. You know what? I found my sky the hardest when we got to that part. So we coloured this over a couple of days and we did all the background stuff first. And the sky was the last part of the background we coloured that day. And we've been colouring for what, a couple of hours?
Yeah.
At that stage, we've been watching tutorials and stopping and colouring and picking colours. And because I don't have a full set of ohuhus, which I now know I need the full set of ohuhus, we weren't even using the same colour scheme as the people who we were watching, as you can tell by the different colour schemes that we've used. But trying to get colours that match or close matches for the gradients, I found a little bit difficult. Using all those different brands, but when we got to the sky, I used 2 different blues, and then I realized what my challenge is. What I find hard is leaving a line. I'm so used to coloring with pencils and blending.
Yeah.
Everything in my coloring is about blending and smooth blends, and coloring with markers, I'm not leaving smooth blends, I'm leaving these lines, and I did find that hard. I wasn't too bad when we first started, but by the time we got to the end of the day to do the sky, I was like, no, that does not look right. And what I went to do was layer. So I had a lighter color and then this color as my dark color, And I thought I'll just go back in with a lighter colour and layer it a bit, but I picked up the wrong marker and I went in with a dark colour. And then I tried to remove it with my colourless blender a little bit and then tried to blend different colours, and it was looking a right mess. Thankfully, that was the end of the day and we were packing up. But when I came back to it the next day, I didn't mind it and I'm getting used to it. And I'm learning to live with the lines. I think we need to colour some more pages so I can get used to it. That was my challenge.
Yeah, I think my challenge was probably the fact that I forgot how to colour halfway through because I was using the textures and I didn't realise that it spread so easily. So I had to, it felt like I was on a timer. It was really scary.
You got to move, it was scary. You have to move quick, don't you? You know what I realised as well? Because we used, we pulled out all of my sets of markers. So we had the Artex, the Ohuhus, the Grabbies, the Spectrum Noir, and the Born set. We didn't even touch the Born set. So the Born is the, it's an Aussie brand from Officeworks. What I noticed with the Grabby set is that spread a lot more than the Ohuhus and also the Artex. The Grabby colour spread more on this paper. It works fine on proper alcohol marker paper, but on this Amazon type paper, it was spreading really quickly. And you did tell me you had a favourite out of all those brands of markers. Which one was your favourite?
My favourite was probably the Artex because it was really cool how it had like a dual tip.
Yeah.
And it was really fast at spreading. It was really juicy.
And you said it felt nice in your hand as well.
Yeah, it felt nice in my hand, but some of them didn't feel very nice when I was touching the paper.
Some of the Artex or some of the other brands?
Some of the other brands.
Yeah, you didn't really like the tri-blends, the Spectrum Noir, the black ones over there.
Yeah.
You weren't a big fan of those ones. I noticed the Grabby ones were super juicy too. Like when I touched a piece of paper, so much alcohol marker come out. There was so much ink coming out of those markers. Yeah. Now your colour scheme, I want to talk about your colour scheme because I absolutely love it. I think your page looks better than mine. And actually, my daughter went and showed her brother the two pages and said, guess which one I did, guess which one Mum did. And what did he think?
He thought my one was yours and yours was mine.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He thought this one was mine and this one was Lexi's, but the other way around. Now, I am in love with your colour scheme. I think you have a really good eye for colour. You have picked the perfect colours. So, and you're going to do visual arts this year, so your art teacher will probably teach you about colour theory. But if you're looking at the colour wheel, and I have no idea where mine is.
I think it's in this little cupboard.
Oh, okay, that's all right. So if you're looking at the colour wheel though, you've got your primary colours, your red, your blue, the yellow, and then you can add black or white to them to get different tints, to get different
shades.
Yeah, and you can see I've gone for those brighter, the very bold yellows and blues. But your shades that you've gone for with the aqua and these sort of peachy tones, they really match. Even the green matches really well. I think you've got a really good eye for colour, and this is why I ask you sometimes when I'm stuck what colour I should use.
Thank you.
Yeah. So do we want to colour another page?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, we've got to see different pages because I was not sure how we were going to tackle the sand, but I think it turned out all right.
I kind of want to colour a page that has like a window in it because then you can add the sun glare.
Yeah, because we didn't do any of those light effects, did we? You know what? I did see someone else colour this page and they did some like sun rays from the sun as well. I have seen, what was it we were talking about? And we were like, oh, there's not much light source on that page. I can't remember which page it was. It's up in the haul video. But I have seen so many of those pages since we talked about it because, you know, Facebook is listening to everything we say. and it keeps coming up. And there have been so many amazing different light sources that we didn't even think of when we're looking through the book, which is really cool. So, you had fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
You want to colour with me again?
Yeah.
You my buddy again? Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I feel like there should be different ways to colour the ocean, like the water on the beach. Because, I mean, it looks nice after you've done it, but it's more of a trust the process to like the next day because it wasn't looking very good.
Yeah, it feels like I'm making a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it feel that way to you?
Yeah, like I was a toddler, just...
It's fun to just colour like a toddler again sometimes. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It did feel like we were making a mess as we were colouring it. But same with a few other elements, I think. But they all come together at the end. I think it's just because it's a different way for us to colour that we're not used to. I think the more we colour it, the more we'll get used to. And we'll have to see, because we only watched one water technique and followed that. So other people might have other techniques of doing water that we can have a look at and follow. I mean, there are other pages in this book too, I think, that have some water, so.
Yeah, maybe we can do one that has like windows next because I like the glare effect. Like, that's a window and I could shine into the bathtub.
Yeah, yeah, we can do a window effect next. What I want to do is get the full set of Ohuhu markers, which are still not in stock on Amazon Australia for Ohuhu Australia. So once they come in, I think I want to get the full set of Ohuhus, the 320 set. So then we'll just stick with Ohuhus while we're learning.
Okay.
Yeah, even though you prefer the Artex. Actually, I should say what I do like the Artex. I mentioned in my with my end of year video about Christmas gifts, the holiday gifts.
It was Christmas gifts.
Do you remember? Yeah. And I mentioned that the Ohuhus were my favourite, but my Artex was my next best dupe. But I only have the pastel set, so maybe we need to get some more Artex sets. You know what I was thinking, actually? Because we're going into town tomorrow, that we should go to Kmart, and because I saw an ad pop up on Facebook for the Kmart have like a set of, I think it was like 168 alcohol markers.
Oh,
have you seen them? In the black case, like because you've got a set that's in a black case too. It's not the Ohuhus, is it? I can't remember what set you've got.
I'm not sure what brand it is. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I'll have to have a look. But you know what I could do? Could do like a Kmart haul and do a colour a page just using Kmart items. Might not be interesting for anybody outside of Australia, but other Aussies might be interested with budget pencils and markers and stuff.
Yeah.
From Kmart brands. What's a thought?
I was about to say no. I can't. Yeah.
No.
No.
Alright.
I think this page we should colour next because it also has the bubbles.
It has the bubbles, has water again, yeah. So that might be a bit different bath water compared to ocean water.
And yeah, and bubbles for the bubble effects, like.
Yeah. And plants.
Of course.
I love my plants. I've got a couple plants. Oh, we've got light. Not just a window, we've got an actual light too. Okay, are you judging my plants? I'm getting roasted by a 13-year-old. Okay, I think that's it. Do you want to say goodbye?
There's 12 plants I've counted. I know there's more. Anyway.
That's just in your eye line right now. Okay.
Bye. That's bye.
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 Thanks, sweetheart. All right, bye, baby girl.
Bye.
So there are all my completed pages for the month of January. Now I want to do something that I don't normally do. I don't think I've ever done it before. So I'm not quite sure if anyone is actually interested in seeing this, but what I'm going to do is show you in my planner for January, my end of month statistics. If this is something that interests you, let me know in the comments and I can add it in at the end of my completed pages videos like I am today. So this has been my first month using the planner from Amanda Colours, and it has sections for end of month statistics, so that's what we'll look at today. Now I did pull my book apart and make it my own, so if you are interested in seeing how I've set up my planner for 2025 with all my goals and all that sort of stuff, let me know and I can do a little video on it for you all. Now I did put 0 buddy colours here, but I should change that to 1 to include the Coco wire page I did with Lexi. 0 prompts and challenges. that's almost always going to be at zero, mostly just because I don't have the time. As much as I would love to participate, time is of the essence. And I completed 10 pages in 8 different books, and one of those was untouched, and that was the Coco Wire book that I just purchased this month. And on Instagram, I started with 15,206 subscribers, and I finished with 15,605. So we have an increase of 399. And Facebook, that's my Facebook page, not my Facebook group. And that increased from 4,205 at the start of the month to 4,427 at the end of January. So we're up a total of 222. And I've just added a line in myself here for my Facebook group. We currently have 7,491 members in the group. I'm not sure what the numbers were from the beginning of January. I do the new members posts each week, so I can see it increasing with more lovely people all the time. And lastly is YouTube. So I started the month with 32,226 subscribers and ended with 33,212, which is an increase of 986. There aren't any real surprises there for me. It's pretty usual. I did notice when I was looking at my analytics that 60.3% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed to the channel. Guys, that is like coloring half a page and calling it complete. I'm just kidding with you. A portion of that percentage is from people watching my videos from other social media links, where you can watch a video but you aren't actually signed into YouTube. But if you are watching my videos and enjoying them and you aren't yet subscribed, please consider doing so, because it does help get the channel to more people that may enjoy the content or find it helpful as well. Oh, and it's my channel's birthday this week. My Colourful Country Life is turning 5 on the 5th of February.
Happy birthday!
So on that note, my February plans video will be coming in the next couple of days. And that's all, folks. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody is well, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.